And all this, let's bring in my pal Steve Moore, committed to Unleash Prosperity and host of More Money on WABC Radio, hot show. You know, Steve Moore, a couple things here. One is, well, a shutdown is stupid. They may have to do it this weekend. It's not economically important, but it's stupid politically. But the other thing is, remember all the talk going back 12, 13 months now. We're going to have regular order. We're going to get all the appropriations bill through in the Republican Congress. And, you know, I hate to say it, but they did. They did not do that, Steve Moore. You know, they just didn't get that done. And I'm just trying to figure out why.
They just couldn't get the votes for it. They couldn't come to an agreement. And, you know, Republicans have, let's not forget, it was a 2 or 3 seat majority right now out of 435. It's hard to get anything done. And remember, they don't control the Senate. They don't control the White House. So we shouldn't pretend that somehow this very tiny Republican majority is going to change the direction of things. I mean, this is very much related to your excellent conversation with Vivek. You don't want to take the eye off the ball here. The source of almost every problem in Washington right now is Joe Biden. Biden is a pathological spender. He wants to spend money on everything. He spent $150 billion on student loan bailouts, even though the Supreme Court says it's unconstitutional. So I don't want to distract people from that focus, which is if you want to get budget sanity, if you want to get control of the border, if you want to deal with all these problems, it starts with getting Donald Trump in the White House and Joe Biden out of the White House. This is why, Larry, what I support is something my friend Thomas Massey of Kentucky has come up with, and this is now part of the budget process. If you can't come up with an agreement, then what you do is you have last year's level of spending minus 1%. Now, you know me, Larry. You've known me for 35 years. I would take a chainsaw to this budget if I could. But at least 1% cut is not spending more than last year.
I know, but
I think that right now is the ideal outcome.
But it's not going to happen for months. Not going to happen until April or May. I called her out. It's not going to happen until April or May. And the thing is, I don't understand.
Just pass a continuing resolution.
Well, but you see, here's the other part. The continuing resolution will be, in effect, more omnibus spending bills. Okay? And I thought we didn't want to do omnibus spending bills because you get these 1,000-page bills or 2,000-page bills and nobody knows what's in it. It's antithetical to taxpayer interest. That's all. It is. I mean, I know all about the other issues. And the 1% cut is a lovely idea, but you're not. It's not going to happen. I mean, the last 2 CRs ignored it. The next few CRs will ignore it. I checked in with the leadership staff. It won't happen. It's just not going to happen.
But it's the okay. I'm just telling you, it's the law of the land. That's what they agreed to in last year's budget deal. Was that if they couldn't come to an agreement, cut it by 1%. But you're making a larger point, Larry. But here, which is this. We have a completely broken budget process.
Yes.
This is the last time we rewrote the bills. The budget process was 1974. If my math is correct, that was 50 years ago, Larry. That was written by the liberal Watergate Congress, and the whole intent of that budget process law was to make it easier for Congress to spend. So let's get back to, you and I agree. How about giving the power of empowerment to the president?
Empowerment.
This is a great idea.
Impound their tuchuses off. Impound their rear ends off. That's what you do. And leave all this legislative BS. Just impound. It may not solve every problem.
Larry,
it would make me feel good. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Steve Moore.
Franklin Roosevelt used it more than any other president.
I know. Well, we're all for FDR sometimes. Not exactly. Steve Moore, thanks very, very much.